Hare Krishna. Om Agyanti Mirandasya Ginangina Shalakaya. Чакшурам Биламина Тасмайши Гураве Намаха. Шри Читания Манобистам Стапитме на Бутале, Сярупакадамахям Дадаса Падамтика. Вандехам Шигуру Шютапада Камалам, Шигуру Вештивам Шча. Radha Krishna Padasa Acknowledge. Oh, I forgot it, sorry. Om Agyanati Mirandasya Ginangina Shalakaya Чакшурам Литамина Тасмайши Гураве Намаха. Шри Читания Манобистам Стапитме на Бутале, Сярупакадамахям Дадати Падамтикам. Вандехам Шигуру Шютапада Камалам, Шигуру Вештивам Шча. Ширупа Съкръщам Сагна Рагуната. Там Садживам. Създавате Савдута Парижна Схитам Кришна Читания Девам Ширада Кришна Падан Сагана Лолита Швишакан Витам Шча. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Kupesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishapano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. So, tomorrow is Radhastami, the birthday of Shrimati, the appearance day of Shrimati Radhika. So I will try to sing something for her later. Before that, I will again try to read from the books. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Śrīmad Bhaktisiddhānta Swamiti Namine Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Śrīmad Bhaktisiddhānta Swamiti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskatya Deshatarine Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Asati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Asati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Well, actually, maybe it's better to begin immediately with the trial to glorify Srimati Radhika. and then I will read from the books from where I read every time. Okay, so first I will try to sing a small song. Uh, yes, okay. I will first read it. Oh, dearest Radha, jewel of love, heart of joy, hope of life, Krishna's love. Please allow us to serve you, teach us to love you. You decorate the jewels you wear, you beautify everything, everywhere. Oh, dearest Radha, oh, dearest Radha, oh, dearest Radha, oh, dearest Radha, jewel of heart of joy, hope of life, Krishna's love, jewel of love, heart of joy, hope of life, Krishna's love. Please allow us to serve you. Please allow us to serve you. Teach us to love you. Teach us to love you. You decorate the jewels you wear. You decorate the jewels you wear. You beautify everything, everything, everywhere. You decorate the jewels you wear. You beautify everything, everywhere. You decorate the jewels you wear. You beautify everything, everywhere. Jai Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe. Radha Madhava Jai Shri Radhe, Radha Govinda Radhe, Radha Shyama Radhe Radhe, Radha Madhava Radhe Radhe, Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Shyama Radha Shyama, oh dearest Radha, jewel of love, heart of joy, hope of life, Krishna's love, hope of life, Krishna's love. Please allow us to serve you. Teach us to love you. Please allow us to serve you. Teach us to love you. You decorate the jewels you wear. You beautify everything, everywhere. You decorate the jewels you wear. You beautify everything, everywhere. Jai Shri Radhe, Radhe. Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Radha Govinda, Radha Shyama, Radha Gokulananda, Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jai Shri Radhe Radhe Radhe. And now I will try to glorify Srimati Radhika with a song which is so this was a song from me, but the other song is a famous beautiful song about Radha. This is Sri Radhika Ashtotara Shatanama Stotram, 108 names of Sri Radhika, of Srimati Radhika. And here it is written, Mahaprabhu personally wrote the following prayers and gave this benediction. Any devotee who recites at this time means maybe very in the Brahma Muhurta, maybe, I don't know exactly. Okay, who recites these 108 names of Sri Radhika, of Srimati Radhika will attain ecstatic love for Lord Krishna. Srimati Radhika is, of course, the person who Krishna loves more than everybody else. So, yes. Well, every time I say this, but I will again just say that actually Srimati Radhika is the person who loves Krishna more than everybody else, with the highest love in all the existing worlds, in all the worlds, the highest love in all the worlds, Madanakya, Mahabhava, or Unatujvala Rasa, or it has also other names. So this love is the highest love in all the worlds, and this is the love which Srimati Radhika has for Sri Krishna. And Srimati Radhika is the person who Krishna loves more than everybody else, more than everybody else. She's the topmost devotee, the topmost pure devotee. Srimati Radhika is the topmost pure devotee, and this is explained in verse 10 of Sri Upadeshamrita of Srila Rupa Goswami. So we see how the women are more talented for devotion to the Lord Shri Krishna. More because the women has have just because of the nature of the women, that's why they are more talented than the men in devotion. So in this way, it is logic. It is yes, yes. So Srimati Radhika is in this way actually the women are better devotees than the men. This is obvious, and because of the nature of the women, and also well, if they're better devotees, of course, this is a little bit complicated question, but the women are actually more talented for devotional service than the men. This is actually maybe better spoken. And the topmost pure devotees are women. This is obvious, and it is stated from Srila Rupa Goswami in verse 10 of Sri Upadeshamrita. So there it is said that the topmost pure devotee among all the pure devotees, among everybody, the topmost pure devotee is Srimati Radhika, compared to every other personality. Not among the gopis, not among the devotees among every other personality, Srimati Radhika is the topmost pure devotee. Not only among the gopis, no. Among all the devotees is Srimati Radhika the topmost pure devotee. It is stated in verse 10 of Śrīla Upadeshamrita of Śrīla Rupa Goswami. Sorry that I repeat it. Sorry that I repeat this um, so many times, but just I like myself to hear it. That's why I repeat it every time. So after Srimati Radhika are the gopis of Vrindavan. And after them, there are also many other personalities who are pure devotees, like, for example, Narada Muni and others. Yes. Okay. Now I will try to sing this song. Shiradhika Ashtotara Sata Nama Stotram. 108 names of Sri Radhika. So the light is not so good. Let's see how to do this. Oh, sorry. Yes, very bad light. Oh, sorry. No, actually, it's a little bit late, so that's why. Yes. Somehow this one. Srimad Radha Rasamai Rasagna Rasikata Raseshwari Rasabhakti Rasapurna Rasaprada Radha Salavacha Rasa Mandala Karini Rasa Vilasini Radha Radhi Karasa Purnada Ramaratna Maratna Mai Ratnamala Susobana Raktashti Raktanayana Raktutpala Vidarini Ramani Ramani Gopi Vrindavana Vilasini Nandaratna Vichitrangi Nana Sukamai Sada. So these verses from 1 to 4, shlokas from 1 to 4, and I will read now the translation. Sri Radha is endowed with all the most splendorous opulences and is completely pervaded with ever-flowing transcendental mellows. She fully understands the subtleties of these mellows. Radha is adept in relishing mellows. Radhika is the queen of the nightly rasa dance. She's totally devoted to expressing divine mellows. Sri Radha, Srimati Radhika is full to overflowing with pure mellows. She bestows these exquisite mellows onto everyone. Radha is always very playful. She is greedy to taste newer and newer aspects of mellows. Radha is the designer of the circular arenas for rasa dancing. She enjoys sporting the rasa dance to her heart content. Radha is the best worshipper of Shyam. Radhika, the best worshipper, is adored intimately by her friends. She bestows mellows onto others in the most completely fulfilling way. Sri Radha is the topmost jewel among all the many forms of Lakshmi Devi. All of her ornaments and paraphernalia are studded with the precious jewels. Radhika likes to wear gemstone necklaces. Radha radiates the nicest, purely sublime splendor. Her lips are naturally hued with a charming redness. The corners of Sri Radha's eyes are hued with reddish tints. She especially likes to hold a red lotus flower in her hand. Radharani is charming young mistress. Her loveliness is especially pleasing to behold. Radha is a cowherd girl. She likes to frolic in the forests of Vrindavan. The forest of Vrindavan. Radha is fond of wearing different types of gemstones. The shapes of Radharani's limbs are astonishingly lovely to behold. She abounds in various forms of happiness. Now, verse 5 to 8. I will try to sing them now. Samsara Paratarane Venugita Vinodini Krishna Priya Krishna Mai Krishna Dhyana Parayani Sadana Sadananda Shinamaya Krishna Krishna Laya Suva Chandravara Chandramukhi Chandracha Krishna Vallabha Vrindavaneshwari Devi Krishna Rangi Paragati Dhyanatita Dhyana Mahanya Sada Krishna Kutuhali Prema Mai Prema Rupa Prema Prema Vinodini Krishna Priya Sadanandi Gopi Mandala Vasini. So these were shlokas from 5 to 8. I will read them now. The translation. I don't know from who is the translation. This is I don't know who has translated this. Yes. Okay. Shlokas from 5 to 8. Radharani delivers souls out of the material world. She takes great pleasure in listening to flute songs. Radha is very dear to Krishna. She is Lord Krishna's exact counterpart. Radha is fond of meditating upon Sri Krishna. Radhika is always full of bliss. Her waist is very slim. Radha is the female form of Krishna himself. She is the refuge of her beloved Krishna. Radharani is the embodiment of auspiciousness. She's beautiful as a series of full moons. Radha's face is round and radiantly soothing like a full moon. She is the very personification of the moon itself. Radha is the dear most beloved of Lord Krishna. Radharani is the queen of Vrinda's forest. Vrindavan, this means Vrinda's forest. Yes. Radharani is the queen of Vrinda's forest. She is the supreme goddess of the entire creation. Radha enjoys playing fun games with Krishna. Shrimati Radharani is the final transcendental goal. She is naturally situated far, far beyond anyone's meditation. Radha is very meditative by nature. She's always playing mischievous pranks on Krishna. Radhika is effused with the purest ecstatic love. She's the embodiment of love's more beautiful form. Her every thought, action, word, and deed is totally saturated with love. She reveals, she revels in the delightful sports of pure love. Radha is a favorite of Lord Krishna. She is perpetually absorbed in the greatest happiness. Radharani resides within the circles of her cowherd girlfriends. Now, verses, shlokas from 9 to 13. Shlokas from 9 to 13.
Sundaragni Chasvanava Nilapatavidare Krishna Nuragini Chara Krishna Prema Sulaknana Nirodharasa Saratni Mrigashni Mrigalochana Ashisha Guna Paracha Krishna Pranashvari Sama Rasamanda Maryascha Krishna Rangi Sadasuchi Vrajeshwari Vrajarupa Vrajabhumi Sukha Prada Rasolasa Madonmata Lalita Rasa Sundari Sarva Gopi Mahi Nitya Nana Shastra Visharada Kameshwari Kamarupa Sada Krishna Parayana Parashakti Svarupacha Srishti Stiti Vinasine.
These were verses, shlokas from 9 to 13. I will read now the translation. Radha is bodily Radha's bodily limbs are all very attractive. Her complexion is radiantly golden. Radha especially likes to wear blue silken, blue silken garments. She is very contented in her attachment to Krishna. Srimati Radharani is nicely marked by her obvious love for Krishna. Radha embodies variegated forms of confidential mellows. Her eyes are just like those of a deer. Radha views things innocently like a deer. She excels even beyond limitless good qualities. Radharani is the mistress of the very life breath of Krishna. She is equal to her dealings with all. Radha dances in the center of the circular rasa dance. She enjoys frolicking with Lord Krishna. Radharani always has immaculate manners. Shrimati Radharani is the queen of Vrajadama. Aspects of her form are visible in all the natural features throughout Vraj. Sri Radha is the granter of happiness to all beings of Vrajabhumi. Radha especially blossoms with delight during the Rasa dance. She becomes wildly intoxicated by drinking honey wine. Radha embodies the most charming loveliness. She is the truly beautiful expression of divine loving mellows. She expands herself into multiple forms as all the cowherd girls. Radha is the essence of eternity. She is greatly learned in various scriptures. Radha is the queen of transcendental lust. She is the personification of divine desire. Sri Radhika is always cherishing Krishna. She is the very figure of divine potency. Radha is the annihilator of the material creation. Annihilator. I don't understand why Radha is the annihilator of the material creation. What is the meaning of this sentence? I don't know, but okay. Let us see. Well, actually, what's the meaning? Maybe something like she's so effulgent and like she's like a sun, and when the sun shines, all the shadows, then the darkness is away. If the sun shines, there is a day and colors. All the colors are there. Maybe this is the meaning because Radha is so effulgent that um, everything which is um, not eternal, it uh, one just uh, one just becomes spiritual when one has the mercy of Shrimati Radhika. Maybe this is the meaning. Everything which has the mercy of Shrimati Radhika becomes spiritual. Maybe this is the meaning of this sentence that Radha is the annihilator of the material creation. Maybe this is the meaning because everybody who has the mercy of Shrimati Radhika will become spiritual, will become actually eternal. Well, I don't know exactly how one have to understand this sentence here. I don't know who have translated this song. Radha is the annihilator of the material creation. The question is, what is the meaning of material creation? The question is, what is the meaning of material? If the meaning of material is something which does not last forever, and spiritual is something which lasts forever, then maybe there is something connected with this with this with this meaning. I don't know. Radha is the annihilator of the material creation. When if Shrimati Radhika is like the sun, then when there is a day, there is no night. Maybe that's why, I don't know exactly. Even Shrimati Radhika, she turns everything, everybody spiritual. She makes everybody spiritual with her love, something like this maybe, with her mercy. If somebody has the mercy of Shrimati Radhika, if somebody has the mercy of Shrimati Radhika, this person will surely become spiritual, and spiritual means eternal. Everything which has the mercy of Shrimati Radhika will become spiritual, will become eternal. And if something is material, this thing is if something is material, this thing is not eternal. But if there is the mercy of Srimati Radhika, even this which is not spiritual can become spiritual if there is the mercy of Srimati Radhika. Maybe this is the meaning of this sentence. Radha is the annihilator of the material creation. But okay, I don't know if this sentence, what does this sentence mean? I don't know, and I don't know what of the words of that shloka connect with this sentence. Strange. Okay. Well, I just don't understand it. Maybe it's really there. This sentence, maybe it's really there. I just don't understand it. I could ask the person who have done the translation, who have translated it, but I don't know who has translated it, so I don't know. Yes. Well, actually, I don't know many things, so I'm not qualified anyway. But I have the just even if I'm not qualified, I can try to glorify Srimati Radhika. Yes, yes. Now the verses shlokas from 14 to 17.
Saumya, Saumya, Mahirada, Radhika, Sarvakamaya, Gandeta, Tulasi, Chara, Yamunacha, Sarasvati, Bhagavati, Bhagavati, Bhagavati Tarupini Prema Bhakti Sadasangi Premananda Vilasini Sadananda Mai Nitya Nitya Dharma Parayani Trailokya Kashaniyada
Sundari Krishna Rupini Satasta
Taranama Yapate Prayata Suchi Pratakala Chamadhyana Sanyaya Madhya Ratrikya Yatra Tatra Bhavetasya Krishna Prema YouTube.
Sorry, just want to see something. Okay, now verses 14 to 17. Radha is pleasing like the moon. All of her dealings are soft and gentle. She is endowed with all prosperity and success. Radha fully satisfies her beloved by her intimate worship. She fulfills the aspirations of all beings. Sri Radha is the original form of the Ganges river. She is the original form of the holy basil plant, the tulsi. Maybe it is tulsi meant here. Yes, in the text is tulasi, chaiva. Okay. She is the original form of the Yamuna river. Radha is the original form of the Sarasvati river. Shrimati Radharani is the original form of the Bhogavati river, the Ganges flowing in the Patala region. She is the supreme female divinity. Radha is the embodiment of Bhagavan's very heart. She is continuously associated with ecstatic loving devotion. Radha covers in the ecstatic bliss of pure love. Radhika is perpetually permeated with exhilaration. She's the incarnation of agelessness. Radha is devoted to performing auspicious daily rituals. She's the attractor of all three worlds. She She, Radha, is the original source of all that is. She is the absolute manifestation of total beauty. Radharani expresses herself as the form of Lord Krishna. If a pious and clean devotee recites these 108 holy names of Srimati Radhika, either in the morning 6 to 8 and 24 a.m., evening 6 to 8:24 p.m., or in the middle of the night 10:48 p.m. to 3:36 a.m. Wherever and however that person lives, they become endowed with the ecstatic love for Lord Krishna. See how beautiful is that? This how beautiful is this? This glorification of Srimati Radhika. Now, I will a little bit read from I'll read a little bit from the books. Yes, first Gaudiya Darsana, Jai Gaudiya Darsana, Jai His Divine Grace, Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvati Ṭhākura Prabhupāda, Jai Shri Prema Prayojana Prabhu. As you all know, this is a lecture of His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvati Ṭhākura Prabhupāda, and this is the translation in English from Shri Prema Prayojana Prabhu, and also there are commentaries from Shri Prema Prayojana Prabhu. It is not only translation, but also there are commentaries. Now I must see where I was. Not sure. Yes, maybe here. Okay. The association of Bhagavat Bhaktas destroys Griha Vrata Dharma. On attaining the association of Bhagavan's devotees, the jiva forgets all the sensory objects transmitted, sankramita, into the body. For example, so there is example from Srimad Bhagavatam 4, 9, 12. The translation: O Shri Padmanabha, the hearts of all the bhaktas who are graciously present in this universe are captivated by the fragrance of your lotus feet. Those who hear your katha in their association forget everything about their own extremely dear human body and the body's home, wealth, friends, sons, and wife. Maybe for the wife and husband, one should say. Yes. Body's home, wealth, friends, children, partner, wife or husband. Yes, because you can imagine that the devotee can be also a woman. No? So let's see. I will try to sing it.
Dana smaranti atidam
Priyamisha amartya
ye chavada sutta sigri grihavita dara ye tvajanaba bhavadya padaravinda sagandya hridaya shakrita prashtanga.
So, okay. Okay. I'm so late today, so I will continue next time with the next part of the translation. Jai Shri Prema Prayojana Prabhu, Jai His Divine Grace, Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupāda, Jai Gaudiya Darsana. You can order the book, very nice book. Okay, now the next book is the Gayatri book from His Holiness Sachinandana Swami. Jai, the Gayatri book, Jai Sachinandana Swami, Jai His Divine Grace, Bhacharana Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda, who is the Diksha Guru, the Diksha Guru of His Holiness Sachinandana Swami. So, what is sadhana? Oh, did I not read this? It isn't, it seems okay. What is sadhana is the next. Let us see where the footnotes. The notes, not the footnotes, but the notes. There are notes always. What is this chapter? I think this is the chapter 4 already, something like this. Да. This is chapter. What chapter is that? Chapter 4. Yes, chapter 4. And where are the notes? I must again find where are the notes, because otherwise have to search it every time. Just a moment to see where the notes. Somehow can't find the notes. Let us see. Where is chapter 5? Where begins chapter 5 in order to. Yes, okay. Notes on chapter 4. I found where are they. Okay, very nice. Let us see what's going on now. So this is the next part. What is sadhana? In the Gaudiya tradition, the process of spiritual upliftment, generally called sadhana. The verbal root sad basically means to attain a goal or to be successful. Thus, sadhana refers to any method adopted to obtain a specific goal, sadhya, whatever that goal may be. Without sadhana, one cannot obtain sadhya, or the goal of one's practice. There are numerous sadhana practices, and each of them is designed to obtain a particular goal. Those who desire material enjoyment practice the sadhana of karma yoga. Those who desire impersonal liberation practice the sadhana of jnana yoga. Those who desire mystic perfection practice mystic perfection. Those who desire mystic perfection practice the sadhana of Ashtanga yoga. Those who aspire to attain their eternal loving service to Sri Krishna, however, which is the original constitutional position of the eternal soul. Adopt Bhakti Yoga as their sadhana. Not only Gaudiya Vaishnavas, but many other spiritual schools practice the Bhakti path. Although they may focus on different moods and methods in their practice, their goal is one: to serve and satisfy Sri Krishna in one of his unlimited forms. The goal sadhya is bhava, ecstatic love of God. Here is Srila Rupa Goswami's definition of sadhana.
Kriti sadhya bhavit sadhya bhavasa sarvabhida nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatya hridi sadyata.
I'll try to read it. Kriti sadhya bhavet, sadhya bhava sa sadhana bidha, nitya sadasya bhavasya prakatyam hridi sadhyata. When, but where is this verse actually? It is written from where, okay? Note number 3. Okay. Now the translation. When transcendental devotional service, by which love for Krishna Bhava is attained, is executed by the senses, it is called sadhana bhakti. Such devotion eternally exists within the heart of every living entity. The awakening of this eternal devotion is the potentiality of devotional service in practice. Okay, number 3, note number 3. Let's see what is. Oh, sorry. Number 3. This is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 122, quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 22, 105. Okay. So the next time I will continue to read about this beautiful subject, sadhana. The next time I will continue with that. So just it's very late. Sorry. Now. So the next book, Place of Sandalwood and Roses, from Shrimati Govinda Devi. Govinda Dasi. Govinda Dasi. Shrimati Govinda Dasi. Jai Shrimati Govinda Dasi. Jai, a place of sandalwood and roses. The book. Jai, His Divine Grace, Jai His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. He is the Diksha Guru of Srimati Govinda Dasi. I will read again the beautiful poem which Srimati Govinda Dasi has composed for Śrīla Prabhupāda, for His Divine Grace by Charana Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. Your room was my whole world, galaxy center of the universe, and you were all the people. There was no one but you in my world, shining as the evening wishing star. You were everyone and everything to me. Very beautiful. Surely Srimati Govinda Dasi has more poems. Maybe there is some edition with her poems. This will be very nice. Okay, because such a poetry, this is really beautiful. This is high class poetry. Just it touches the heart. Very nice, very beautiful, and and she's also like Shamarani Didi, also Govinda Dasi is artist. She has drawn very nice pictures on the order of Srila Prabhupada, like also Shamarani Didi, and also it is in the book, it is written also about Shamarani Didi. She had the name Yadurani Devidasi in before. Well, I'm not absolutely sure if this is the same person, but I think this is the same person. So Yadurani Devidasi must be Shamarani Didi. Yes. So she's also an artist. She also has very nice pictures which are drawn they were ordered from Srila Prabhupada, from His Divine Grace by Charana Vrnda Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupada, and so were also the pictures of Govinda Dasi. Also her pictures, Srila Prabhupada has ordered her pictures. For example, he have said, "Oh, draw a picture like this or like that," and then he was looking Well, yes. So he was just saying what he would like to be drawn, and she was drawing these beautiful pictures. Also, her husband did this. Yes, together they were drawing different things, and and here in the book there are some uh, photos of pictures. Very nice. Another a little bit different style from from Shemarani Didi, but very nice. Yes, very nice. Very. Um, of course, one cannot exactly see from the book how the pictures look like. Of course, one can see, but the picture itself it is uh, much more beautiful than a photo. Of course, the best is one to be able to see the original picture. This is, of course, the best, but also photos can show how beautiful a picture is. Yes, of course. Yes, I must see where I was. I think this chapter 4, Europe. Yes, I think it was there. So the next chapter is a chapter about Europe, about the journey to Europe. Yes. So Bonnie lived venturing into the unknown. As the Queen Mary plead out of New York Harbor, she looked up at the Statue of Liberty, standing in all her glory, and felt thrilled. This was an adventure. On board, she saw fabulous chandeliers and spiral staircases leading to splendid ballrooms. Ballrooms. Arriving in England, Bonnie visited Shakespeare's cottage and the Queen's Gardens, where she watched the swans in playful sport. She saw the elegant side of life. Then she crossed the Channel into France, where she spent most of her time in art museums and cathedrals cathedrals. Next, she traveled to Austria, and the 2 weeks she spent in Tyrol had been a turning point. Austria's, Austria's mountain region is most beautiful in late summer, and Bonnie climbed the Emerald Hills daily. She found cottages nestled in the hills with glowing golden haired children who spoke no English, staying at a guest house. She spent each day alone, climbing to different hamlets. Mountain residents, dressed in colorful alpine costumes, wandered here and there. Each village was picturesque like a storybook, with charming little churches and cottages, reminiscent of the ones in an electric train set. One day she visited a small church with its graveyard next to it. There she walked amongst the decorated headstones and saw that each grave had a photo of its occupant. There were photos of laughing children, smiling golden braided ladies, and well dressed gents. Bonnie looked at the faces of the people, once living, now dead. They were here before, now there is no trace of them. She contemplated the shock of it. Where had they gone? Gone. Where had they gone? Where had they gone? Was there life after death? If so, what is it? Is this all there? Is this all there is? A few years of joy, then everything ends. Why? Why? These questions gnawed at her mind and troubled her. Later, while climbing a rocky river bed and up the side of a gorgeous green carpeted mountain, she contemplated life's mystery. On that day, she felt a union with the beauty surrounding her and thought that if there is a God, he is certainly present in nature. She breathed the pure fresh mountain air and watched birds soaring overhead, while fields of colorful wildflowers danced in the crisp mountain breeze. The trees in the mountain landscape sparkled with the late summer beauty, the greens and golds already turning to bright orangey reds. Yes, she thought, nature's beauty holds all promise. Man has forgotten this beauty, the spiritual connection with nature, and has trapped himself in smelly cities. Thus comes his despondency, his sorrow, and his confusion. She experienced a moment of intense awareness, and this realization sank deep into her consciousness. Bonnie felt enlivened by her moment of truth in the mountains and her new sense of joy in communion with nature. She felt peace, and for a while the question of life and death remained at bay. After Austria came Italy, with its Renaissance cathedrals filled with the devotional art. Venice, with its sparkling waterways, was an artist's delight. She spent every day in Venice's famous art museum, the Palace of the Doges. There the Renaissance art spoke to her in profound ways. She felt the artist's devotion in the sacred paintings of Jesus Christ and Mother Mary, and thus began to contemplate her own agnosticism. Raised in a strictly religious family, she had declared herself agnostic upon reaching her 16th birthday. This was partly because of the hypocrisy she saw in Christianity, but also due to being infected by the Western education of Darwinism, which is scientific atheism that subtly withers the root of religious belief. Her mood had become one of I don't know if there is God, but if there is, I need proof. I need to know more to believe this claim. Bonnie's agnostic stance had led her to experiment with life in ways that a religious person would not. She sampled alcohol but disliked it and never tried it again. She sniffed at cigarettes, but they smelled too awful to even try. She sampled drugs sparingly, but found that none of the world's vices had much to offer. So she continued her search. Michelangelo had long been her artistic hero. So she spent days in Rome admiring his sculptures, the David, the Pietà, which all spoke of his devotion to God. Weeks passed. Day after day was spent in a museum or cathedral, studying the works of the great Renaissance masters who were all inspired by their mood of Christian devotion. Bonnie began to think, these artists were so great, their work so profound, they must know something that I don't know. Maybe their idea of God is real. Maybe there is a God. They can't all be wrong. After all, these are my heroes. Thinking thus, she slowly began to shift from agnosticism to a curious theism. So I will continue the next time um, with the further reading um, from the book because it's really late today. I'm sorry about it. It's really late. So yes. Jai Shrimati Govinda Dasi. Jai Divine Grace by Jahnava Vrnda, Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. Jai, the book A Place of Sandalwood and Roses. Very nice book. You can also offer it. And also the book, the Gayatri book of His Holiness Jahnava Swami. You can also offer it, order it. You can also order it. These are just so beautiful books. Yes, okay. Yes, now I was the last time. Okay, so now the next verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now I will continue to read from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the translation in English from His Divine Grace by Jahnava Vrnda Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. The commentaries are also from him, of course. Okay, the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now Madhya Lila 884. Oh, sorry, it's a little bit too loud.
Yatotarama sausvara visheshalassamaya ratirvasanyaya svari basati kapi kasyachi.
Translation. Increasing love is experienced in various tastes, one above another, one above another. But that love, which has the highest taste in the gradual succession of desires, manifests itself in the form of conjugal love. Purport. This verse is from Srila Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.538, and it also appears in Adilila chapter 4 verse 45. So Adilila chapter 4 verse 45. Okay, so we see how beautiful it is said that the conjugal love is the highest and the most sweet between all the other types of love. Shantarasa, Sakyarasa, um, 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 Vatsali Rasa, Madhurya Rasa is the highest, and it actually consists of all the others. The moods of the other rasas are found. Of all the other rasas are found also in the Madhurya Rasa. All the other rasas are found in Madhurya Rasa because the Madhurya Rasa is the most um, intense, most beautiful, most tasteful from these rasas, from these moods, from these types of love. And it contains all the other types of love. Yes. For example, if somebody, just as an example, of course, this example is not really good, just it is a trial of example. If there is love, real love, deep love, then it is possible that the two partners, see each other also sometimes as a parent of the other, sometimes as a child of the other, sometimes as a see the other person as a friend, sometimes see the other person as a servant, or sometimes they are the partners are in the role of a servant of the other partner, and things like this. So we can imagine a little bit how the Madhurya Rasa, the conjugal love, is actually consists. Um, it it has in it all the others types of love, types of rasa. We can a little bit try to imagine this. Of course, uh, of course, this is just a trial to explain. The explanation must be much more profound than this, of course, but just a trial. So, and also we see how undescribable and beautiful is the Madhurya Rasa in verse 7 of Shikshastaka. Yugaitam Nimeshna Chakshusha Pravishaitam Shnaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virayaname. Gaitam Nimeshna Chakshusha Pravishaitam Shnaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virayaname. Govinda, when I feel separation from you, Govinda Virayaname. Yugaitam Nimeshna, even a short period of time seems to be like a millennium, like a it's like a very long period of time. Yugaitam Nimeshna Chakshusha Parashaitam. Tears flow from my eyes like rain from monsoon clouds. Shunaitam Jagat Sarvam. The whole universe seems to be void, empty. Govinda Virahaname. When I feel separation from you, O Govinda. In separation from you, O Govinda. Yes, see how beautiful it is expressed. A deep love of a gopi to Krishna, a deep love of Srimati Radhika, the deep love of Srimati Radhika to Shri Krishna, and actually the deep love of all the gopis to Shri Krishna, and also actually the love of a pure devotee to Krishna, the crying in separation of a pure devotee, crying in separation from Lord Krishna. This is described in every verse of Sri Sri Shikshastaka. So now I will come to an end already. If I try to say something, I will again say that I'm not qualified on such topics, so like Vedic literature or comments on Vedic literature. So if I try to say something, this is I'm not. If I try to say something, I'm not anybody. I'm just only. Of course, one has to try to understand the Vedic literature, Vedic poetry, and the comments on Vedic literature under the guidance of a Diksha Guru and Shiksha Gurus, under the guidance of teachers. Greetings to all of you who are devotees, Vaishnavas in Raganuga Bhakti, and especially those who are devotees in Rupanuga Bhakti. Dandavat Pranam to all of you. You are all my gurus. Vanchakalpatarupascha kripasnukupevcha patitnam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Now I will just sing the Shri Nrsimha Stuti, try to sing the Shri Nrsimha Stuti, and then I will come to an end already. Namaste Narasihaya. Namaste Narasihaya. Prahlada Lada Daya. Prahlada Lada Daya. Hiranyakashipurvaksha. Hiranyakashipurvaksha. Shilatanganakalaya. Shilatanganakalaya. Iton Rishimo Paraton Rishimo Iton Rishimo Paraton Rishimo Toya Toya Mitaton Rishimo Yatoya Toya Mitaton Rishimo Bahir Nishimo Hridayen Rishimo Bahir Nishimo Hridayen Rishimo Nrisimhamadin Sharanyam Prapade Nrisimhamadin Sharanyam Prapade Tava Kara Kamalavara
Mahakama Puta Shrinka
Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tano Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa
Jagadisha Jaya Jagadisha
Jagadisha Hare
Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Shrini Simha Janri Sim Jaya Janri Simha De Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Shrini Simha Janri Sim Jaya Janri Simha De Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Shrini Simha Janri Sim Jaya Janri Simha De Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Shrini Simha Janri Sim Jaya Janri Simha De Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa
Nrisimhadaya Jaya 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 Pravatni Shiva Pravatni Shiva Pravatni Shiva Jaya Pravatni Shiva Pravatni Shiva Pravatni Shiva Pravatni Shiva Pravatni Shiva Lakshmi Shiva Lakshmi Shiva
Lakshmi Nrisimha Jaya Lakshmi Nrisimha
Lakshmi Nrisimha Lakshmi Nrisimha
Lakshmi Nrisimha Jaya Lakshmi Nrisimha
Lakshmi Nrisimha Lakshmi Nrisimha
Lakshmi Nrisimha Jaya Lakshmi Nrisimha
Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Srishanita Gauranita Jaya
Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Shri Shri Gaurita
Radha Madhava Radha Gopinata Radha Gokulananda Shri Radha Radha Govinda Radha Shyama dasi, Radha, Radha Gopinata, Radha Govinda,
Radha Shyama Shri Radha,
Radhe, 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 Radhe,
Radhe Radhe Shri Radha,
Radhe, 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 Radhe.
Ya Jaya Radhe Shri Radha,
Jaya Guru Dev, Jaya Guru Dev, Jaya Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Jaya Guru Dev, Jaya Guru Dev, Jaya Guru Dev.
Jai Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Śrīla Prabhupada.
Jai Prabhupāda Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Śrīla Prabhupada. Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya,
Prabhupada Śrīla Prabhupada. Thank you so much for your attention.